Advocateslaw.com.
99.9 KISW. Here's the question of the day.
Brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
All right, we are back up and running there on YouTube. Subscribe now, if you can. KISW Rock. Smash the like burger, or the thumbs up, if you will, as we are now live on YouTube. Our question when it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK, you are listening to the men's room.
Century rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the shows, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,431. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Steve, I don't know how you do it. You find people in the news doing weird crap.
Yeah.
You bring us 3 stories each and every week. It's up to us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least. Is there a theme to today's Who Sucks Less?
Well, because Ted won't shut up about it once again. We got to think about the kids, man. So, yeah, this is it's about the kids, but also inventive ways of saving money if you do have children. You know, children are expensive. And these 3 stories involve people that have gotten creative in ways to save money on their children.
One of my favorites was, is it in Laurel, Maryland? Where is Six Flags, Ted? Bowie, where is that?
Oh, yeah.
That area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there was a thing back in the day where
It's closed.
It's closed
Yeah,
now,
they just
but it
after
used to
50
be open,
years.
and you could buy a summer pass that the kid could use all year round. And whether that was like $400 or $300, whatever the deal was, it was for the full summer. So parents would buy their kid a summer pass.
Yep.
Take them to the park, drop them off in the morning, and pick them up in the afternoon because that was cheaper than daycare.
That is correct. In
And the
fact,
kids would have a better time, so to speak.
and-
Part of the reason people hated that park.
if you just went there to have fun, like there's a million
Yeah.
kids running around, which is true of any amusement park. The difference with this one is there's no parents.
They're on surveillance.
Correct.
And the thing is, like the park had to issue these statements starting in like mid-April. You know, be on the local news everywhere like, hey, Six Flags, again, is asking you. They can't really enforce it, but we're asking you, please, don't drop your kids off on the way to work and then pick them up when you're done. And everyone said, yeah, sure. And then every summer, that's exactly what people did.
I thought it was genius. To be
It's
honest with you, if I
genius.
was a kid and I got dropped off at a music, yes, eventually I'm sure you would get tired of it. But I would
As a
ride.
kid?
I would ride every ride. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, the kids weren't the ones complaining. They're like,
Yeah.
this is fantastic.
Parents gave you $5 for lunch or whatever. You get a hot dog and a Coke, and you're pretty well good for the day. Walk in there with your towel. Who Sucks Less is coming up at 4:30. And today we're going to talk about you and what it is about you that is not exactly healthy. Look, I mean, there's many ways. There's many ways where physically you can do things that you know damn well are not the healthiest thing in the world for you to do.
Sure.
There are also activities that you know damn well that even if you are a fitness guru, look, man, if you're into rock climbing without a rope, you could be in the best shape of your life.
You're in good shape, but it's very,
But
very inherently
a,
dangerous.
There's a risk to your health and to your well-being
And I was thinking,
when you
like,
participate in these kind of things.
I did the opposite today. Look, I smoke, I drink. Now, I have not had any alcohol today. I planned on it tonight. But I've smoked my regular share of cigarettes leading up to this point in the day. I mowed down on a chili dog. I was trying to figure out what to eat for lunch. There's a shop across the street. I still didn't know what I wanted. I saw the chili dog on the menu. I'm like, ooh, that's really good. And in the spirit of transparency, we are setting up the question of the day. We're discussing what do we want to talk about. We kind of settled on this. So as I'm reading information about things that are unhealthy for you, I'm eating this chili dog, and there's this big study about ultra-processed foods.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what I'm eating as I'm reading the study. And I'm like, all right, look, I don't free climb. I'm not into parkour.
Sure.
I don't ride bulls. So I don't inherently do things that are dangerous. But I'm
Okay.
like, I just smoked a cigarette before I went over there to get the chili dog. And when I'm done with this chili dog, I'm going to walk outside and smoke a cigarette. And according to these studies, they're like, bro, you're better off just choking down the cigarettes than you are eating this chili dog. And it was a delicious chili. And it's doing a number on my guts.
I've sworn off a number of activities in my life just based on the fact that I know damn well I could really mess myself up. When the original hosts of Metal Shop, Kevin and Steve, when they did the show, Kevin would come in with a skateboard.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I grew up on a skateboard every summer. I mean, that was just what we did. We skateboarded around the neighborhood. I tried to get on that skateboard at one point in time in the old building, and I about just absolutely killed myself. And I swore at that point, like, man, I guess I don't. It's not like a bike. You just can't get back on this thing. And
Your
and do it.
balance is a lot different.
Everything's
man.
different. So
I ate it on that thing. We're at Tacoma Dome. And if you're backstage at Tacoma Dome, there's this one super long hall. So Kevin, in between shows, he's zipping back and forth. And he and Steve Rock.
But he
like,
longboarded to
Right.
work every day.
he really did. And they were like, dude, just try the skateboard. I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I haven't been on one in 40 years or whatever it is at that point. They're like, just step on the thing. And now, honest to God, I stepped on it. And as soon as So I got one foot on the back. I'm just not thinking about it. When I lift my left foot to place it on the board, of course the thing flips up. I go immediately on my ass, and Steve Rock's like, don't ride it anymore. He's like, you couldn't even get on, man. I'm like, I didn't even want to do this. Now you know why.
Yeah.
Look, and it hurt.
And guys who skateboard, they know how to fall.
Sure.
They're way more savvy about it than I am. We used to have banana boards, and we would do slalom and crap like that.
Right.
We didn't get into like a swimming pool or anything. But last week I saw my my neighbor. She lives behind me, and I was like, hey, how's things going? She's like, how did you hear? And I said, no. What are you talking about? She's like, well, my husband, he rented one of those Lime scooters.
Oh, I was about to say those things, man.
Okay. And I don't know where they were. I don't know if he was just buzzing around the neighborhood. I don't know if he was coming home from somewhere, whatever the deal was. He navigated this thing just fine. At one point in time, he jumped off, I guess, to stop, all right? Mm-hmm. And his knee is completely gone. I mean, he's got stitches. He's in one of those
immobilizer.
Cast, yes,
yeah, all the way down.
This is months and months and months, and they live in a house like I do with steps, so he can't really leave. The floor, whatever floor he's on.
Yeah,
he's going to be there for a while.
Yeah,
he's completely immobile. He can't move. He can't do anything. You see those everywhere. And if you ask anybody who works in an emergency room or a hospital here in Seattle, they will tell you that the uptick, and look, man, we have one of the highest percentages of Lime scooter riders.
Without a doubt.
I think in the country. I think we're up there with, the highest DoorDash.
Sure.
And the highest everything else, highest gas. We have the highest percentage. Therefore, we have the highest number of injuries as well.
I would say this, man. As far as those scooters go, right? So we have a couple of electric scooters that we own at home. The safest people on a Lime scooter are kids.
Yeah.
They know how to ride those things. And so, like my son, and it drives me a little crazy, but look, kids are going to be kids. And so he'll be with one of his buddies, and my son has the Lime app. Right. So he's like, well, we decided to go to Target. I'm like, you guys walk all the way down there? He's like, no, man, I rented a Lime, and then my buddy rode on the back. So they'll two-man it down there, man.
Damn.
But the thing is,
I ought to be young and light.
He rides.
That seems crazy.
Is a lot of it, but he knows a couple of things about the Limes. They are, and this is most electric scooters, they are super front heavy, and most people find that out the very bad way. And also, if you put on the handbrake on one of those scooters, it stops immediately.
Yeah.
And most adults don't know this, and I get it because we don't normally ride scooters, but like kids figure it out. And they've eaten it a couple times, but I'm like, you rode a mile to Target with your buddy on the back. He goes, well, yeah. Then we got a Lime scooter and came back.
Okay.
And, like, they don't care. They have no fear. And so far, no wipeouts. But about 3 adults I know. I went liming with my kids. How was it? Like, same thing. They're not quite injured, but like, I busted up my knee.
Yeah.
I went over the handlebars.
I've used them a bunch in Austin.
Yeah.
It's very, very flat.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the big difference. But even for me, like after about 2 or 3 bars, I went, I ain't getting back on it.
Yeah, don't do it.
No.
Like we got to call an Uber at this point.
And I haven't, even in my adult life, since I've been in Seattle, I didn't really have a bike when we were on the East Coast. It's not the easiest place to bike.
Yeah.
But here in Seattle, I got a bike. I never got on that bike without a helmet on. And, 95%, unless you have your own scooter, most of the people I see who rent them, it's not helmet equipped.
You don't have, right.
So
you don't have the helmet.
It's
on.
just one. You've heard the stories of somebody who gets punched in the face and falls back and smacks their head. The next thing you know, they're dead.
Yeah.
It just takes one fall and the wrong thing to happen to you, and you might not be here anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, that's half the battle. Those things are going fast, but I don't have any head protection.
The head protection is the thing. Because
that's what's going to kill you.
Well, my kids have a bunch of their friends over, especially in the summer, and they have 2 scooters they can take. And you'll have 12 kids there. They all want to ride it. They zip around the block. I get it. But can I go next? But I have to physically be outside. Like, if you do not have a helmet on, you cannot get on there. And, oh, come on, man. Like, look, man.
Yeah.
If you want to ride it, put a freaking helmet on. I don't care if you bust up your knees. I don't care if you scrape your elbows. I don't care if you hurt yourself and you come back crying. Just protect your dome.
Right.
And 50% of the time, my words end up ringing true because somebody eats it around the corner and they come back with the dry tears. I'm like, but your head is okay.
And when it comes to your well-being, if you own one of those, I'm pretty sure they're a lithium or maybe an ion battery.
Oh, yeah. Lithium.
That's a fire hazard.
It is.
So as soon as you as far as the well-being goes, you could burn your house down just charging the thing up.
But with that, I'm like, look, so is your phone, right? And it's
question.
in my pocket
Without
most of the time.
question.
I don't sweat it. I'll play the odds on that. But it is weird because there are certain things where, telling the kids, Look, man, you can have like a Coca-Cola once every 2 weeks. That's about how I roll. And I will tell them why, and then I go outside and smoke a cigarette, and they have to be like, freaking hypocrite, man.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you do try to look out for your kids, but like, I'm not the best example. Again, I had a chili dog for breakfast, guys, but I'm going to tell you.
Smelled great.
Yeah. God.
Looked really good,
It was
too.
so
Chili
good,
dog.
man.
I love a chili
Dude,
dog.
it's like I said, it's not why I went there, but I saw it on the menu. I'm like, hell yeah. And I don't regret it. And I know it's ultra processed. I know it's not good for me, but I'm like, F it. I'm going to do this.
I mean, I don't think you ever eat a hot dog and think,
This is healthy.
Right.
This is the healthy alternative.
right, but they are delicious.
But it's also
Yeah.
my breakfast. I just don't know if I should start my day that way. I don't know if there's a good time to eat ultra processed, but I'm like, my first meal of the day is a chili dog. And man, it is killing my gut right now.
Cheese, too?
Yes, she asked, would you like the cheese and onions? I'm like, of course I would. And I'm telling you, it added a whole new dimension.
And did I see you using a fork and knife
Yeah,
motion?
bro, you can't.
I didn't see
It's
it. so I
slathered.
think-
You
All right,
cannot.
Slathered.
Couldn't pick it up?
As I said to my,
It wasn't Coney style.
no respectable adult would attempt to eat this with their hands. It's
All
just,
right.
it's not feasible, man.
All right, the new study out. Basically, the reason we asked the question: ultra-processed foods are the new tobacco.
Oh, I know. And this one's going to kill me. Not hot. It's not like
Everybody.
sitting around eating hot dogs. But I love turkey lunch meat.
Oh, yeah, it's on
Can't
there,
you
brother.
just get a fresh cut? Is that different? Like if you got a turkey breast sliced?
I mean, I
Like a
guess, but
boar's
I'd have
head?
to go home.
I guess maybe. It's
If
probably
it's
a little
lunch
different.
meat, if it's lunch meat, I think it's lunch meat.
Yeah, I think if they're selling it as lunch meat, even if they're slicing
Even
it,
if it's just a big old turkey thing, it's processed, I guess.
I think it's been processed to get to the point that they're going to sell it as lunch. Because if you ever tried to thinly shave your Thanksgiving turkey,
It's pretty hard.
right, it ain't going to happen.
Comprehensive review suggests humans are not biologically adapted to consume ultra-processed foods, which are linked to harm in every major human organ system.
Damn.
Now, the review draws on 104 long-term studies. They found that 92 of them link diets and ultra-processed foods, or UPFs, to increase risks of early death, chronic diseases, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and depression. Study comes in a three-part series involving dozens of nutrition experts who accuse food corporations of trying to displace fresh food while maximizing the profits.
Well,
And
sure.
more than half of the average diet here in the U.S. and now the U.K. consists of these foods. They include ready-to-eat meals, cereals, protein bars, sugary drinks, and fast food. Are defined as industrially manufactured products that often contain artificial flavors, emulsifiers, and colorings. They are designed to be highly palatable and convenient, but are typically high in calories and low in nutrients.
You're telling me they designed these foods to taste good? I will be damned.
Yeah.
Protein bars, huh?
Yep.
That's the only one that kind of sticks out. Everything else makes sense.
But think about it like this, though. Like a protein bar is what it's advertised. There's a lot of protein. They don't tell you all the other garbage that's in there, but it's like,
Yeah, you're right.
You'll get the protein you're looking for.
And they are delicious.
They are good.
So the study calls for urgent policy action now, comparing the current state of UPF regulation to the early
Put down
days
the protein bar now, son.
of tobacco control. Like there's a warning on a pack of cigarettes for a reason.
And obviously, plenty of us, myself included, ignore it, but it is there.
So they say the recommendations include clear front of package labeling to identify UPFs, stricter advertising restrictions, especially those targeting children. In other words,
the
you see
cereal.
a cereal commercial during a cartoon or a children's show. The review highlights Brazil's national school food program as a model, with a goal of making 90% of the school food fresh or minimally processed by 2026. And they're actively working on that now. They're targeting sugar, salt. The evidence justifies immediate action based on the studies, 104 of them. They note the food industry is spending millions to fight the restrictions and fund nutritionists who will parrot their claims.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do.
The guy that's going to stand up there and tell you a Snickers bar and the
Look,
healthiest
they're
thing.
not looking out for you. I don't think that's a shock to anyone, but they're still producing delicious food.
So our question when it comes
Right.
to your health or well-being.
You're not eating a Twinkie saying, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?"
How many
This is
pieces
no
of
good."
candy did you eat today?
I have not eaten any yet, but yesterday we had those little super mini candy bars in there.
Yeah.
Probably 5 Twix bars and 1 Snickers.
Jesus. How did one Snickers get in there?
Because honestly at that point I'm like, dude, all you've eaten is Twix. Eat a Snickers.
Oh, I see. You got Twixed out.
Yeah, I got Twix down. I did.
When it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK. Profile, this is Play.
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is that made the story a story. Our caller dropped off, so we will not be going to him. You three gentlemen will be competing against one another. Now, with that in mind, you still have your choice of one of three categories. We have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence. And finally today, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
Let's go seriously.
I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
A Florida man was arrested for striking a female cashier in the face with the wad. Oh, you guys will see that one. Pick a different category. That was a wad of chewing tobacco.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. So again, you have interior decorating and Animalize This.
What do you want, Miles? Interior or
I picked the last one. You pick it.
Animalize this.
We go to Indianapolis, where an animal was on the loose inside of the Indianapolis Zoo on Friday, this past Friday. This as guests were asked to head back to their cars or shelter in secure locations. An Indianapolis Fire Department run shows that dispatchers were called for a reported animal bite at the zoo at 10 a.m. Zoo officials said that no one was injured, however, during the escape because apparently bites don't count as an injury. Now, shortly before noon, a spokesman for the Indianapolis Zoo, he confirmed that the animal, in fact, had escaped the exhibit at approximately 10 a.m. and was on the loose inside of the zoo. The animal had since been sedated and safely returned to her enclosure. Now, on Friday morning, visitors at the zoo said they were asked to stay inside the zoo's dolphin exhibit amid reports of a loose animal. Now, a few visitors took to Facebook, including a bus driver who claimed to be at the Indianapolis Zoo on a field trip with children. Quote, I'm on a field trip at the Indianapolis Zoo with 37 kids, parents, and teachers. Why is there an animal on the loose at the zoo? Now, sources within the zoo, they said that the loose critter, who did not escape the zoo property, was believed to be named Mara, if that helps. Zoo officials briefly spoke to the press afterward and confirmed the escape and recapture while praising the zoo employees for their response and safely returning the animal to her exhibit. The zoo spokesman said no one was injured. Guests, zoo staff, or the animal, and guests were safe at all times during the escape, which is a weird thing to say when you tell them, get in your car or stay inside the dolphin exhibit. That's because you're safe. The question is, what was the animal that had escaped? Was it a zebra? Was it a chimpanzee? Was it a jaguar? Or was it an orangutan? So zebra, chimp, jag, or orangutan, what escaped at the zoo? Even though no one was in danger. Just make sure you...
What's the last one?
Orangutan.
I'm going zebra.
Which is French for the bra.
What was the third option?
Jaguar. Or Jaguar.
Zebra.
Jaguar.
I think because nobody was in danger yet they were, I think it's going to be an orangutan.
Orangutan.
What'd you pick, Miles?
I took zebra.
Zebra.
Which can knock the hell out
zebra,
of you.
yes.
It can kick you and kill you.
No
gonna
one
go.
was in danger. No one was in danger, man. It's all good. It's all good. Just
But it already bit somebody.
again, right? No injuries. Well, the one person was bitten, sure, and no one's in danger. Just whatever you do not step outside.
I'm going with chimp.
Chimp. Okay. What escaped there at the Indianapolis Zoo? What is it, a zebra, a chimpanzee, or a jaguar, or an orangutan? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
KISW.
Categories Animalize This on Profile This. We head to Indianapolis, Indiana. And a zoo had an escaped animal. Children were there from the school.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging out.
Field trip, the whole nine.
They asked the guests one of two things. Either leave the zoo or seek shelter inside the dolphin exhibit.
Because you're not in danger.
Question is, what animal was on the loose? Zebra, chimpanzee, jaguar, or an orangutan?
We start with Mike Hawk. You went with the orangutan, which, to be fair, based on how the zoo was trying to sell this BS, you would think, okay, they're not particularly aggressive unless you do something stupid. However, that is not the answer. Miles, you went with the zebra.
Zebra. He wasn't behind the door.
That are super dangerous. And Ted, you went with the chimpanzee, which to me is probably the most dangerous of all.
Correct.
Jay. Yeah. Yeah, man. They showed a picture of this thing standing on top of its cage, scoping people.
Yeah.
It's a chimpanzee. That is dangerous. I don't care how they try to spin it. A chimpanzee, like I said, the first thing it does, if you're a dude, is rip your junk off, then pins all your hands and rips your face off.
Listen to what they sound like. Turn this up. That's scary.
Wait,
right
wait,
there.
hold on.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Well, that's what I just figured because it already bit somebody, but they were like, hey, no real injuries, just don't move.
Whatever you do, don't be outside. And we're telling you this because you're not in danger. Yeah. And the only reason I put jaguar on there, I did a quick search of zoo animals that escaped. It wasn't in this country, maybe in Turkey, but a couple of years ago, a jag escaped from its enclosure, did not leave the zoo, but it killed 9 other zoo animals in the time that it took them to get that thing back in its cage.
Yeah, it's like me escaping the booth at a Chili's. I'm going to eat other food.
Get away from the buffet!
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got Seth Meyers, the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel.
Stephen Colbert, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there, the title. Let's guys have teams of talents and writers helping come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
In Australia, 300 bagpipers played an AC/DC song together to break a world record. That record, worst thing ever.
Colbert.
Ted Smith.
Colbert.
In Australia, 374 bagpipers played an AC/DC song together to break a world record. That record, worst thing ever.
If they did, it's a long way to the top.
That's what they did.
Okay, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
The head coach of Nigeria's national soccer team has accused the national team from the Congo of using voodoo to beat them. Wait, we could use voodoo as an excuse to why we lose games, said the Jets?
The Ted Smith.
Yes.
That was me.
It's either that or Fallon or...
Well, Myers always goes after the Jets, so I thought the Jets would throw you off.
I had
What-
to debate, but yeah.
Where I was in Africa, people believe in witches. The
Yeah.
people are actually witches, so I believe that.
Yeah, absolutely.
People believe
that is his true
Yeah.
game. He's pissed. It's like a legal thing.
Residents in Ohio reported a rare black squirrel with a white tail and white paws. That's right. Some people in Ohio saw a cat.
Seth.
Colbert.
It's Seth Meyers.
Residents of Worcester, Ohio have reported seeing a rare black squirrel with a white tail and white paws. That's right. Some people in Ohio saw a cat.
In science news, the examination of animal genitals has led to the discovery of 7 new species. The scientists added it wasn't worth it.
Seth.
Seth.
Colbert.
Meanwhile, in science news, the examination of animal genitals has helped scientists to discover 7 new species. The scientists added that it wasn't worth it.
What do you do for a living? I look at animal junk. That's
get
right.
paid.
Yeah. Pope Leo hosted a group of filmmakers and actors at the Vatican. Vatican. And Spike Lee gave him a Knicks jersey. I think the Pope was inspired by Spike because he called today's sermon a Pope Leo joint.
Fallon.
Colbert.
Fallon.
Pope Leo hosted a group of filmmakers and actors at the Vatican, and Spike Lee gave him a Knicks jersey. Look at this. Oh. Yeah. I think the Pope was inspired by Spike because he called today's sermon a Pope Leo joint.
Have you heard the theory on the Bears and the Pope?
No.
Well, the fact he's from Chicago.
Correct. And I guess they lost, first few games or whatever, then he got put in charge, and now they keep winning.
Yeah, it's got to be
Or
that.
somebody gave him a Bears hat or something.
Well, it
and he
didn't
put
work
on.
for the Cubs when he first got there.
No,
They made the playoffs.
They did make the playoffs. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I also like the idea of the Pope sitting there watching football on Sundays. I guess Sunday
Let the
night.
Bears win.
I know. Me and my friends have this ongoing joke too that God does not care about football. And look, I went to a Catholic school. We'd always pray to God before the.
Of course.
But it's like, well, Notre Dame would never they'd have
Undefeated.
30 national titles. You know what I mean? It's like I just don't think it matters. But the Pope, is he helping the Bears? I don't know. But we do have an interesting list here of the most hated teams in the NFL. Before you ask me, the Seahawks only have one state that hates them. Mike, what do you think it is?
California.
No, Arizona.
That makes sense. California is divided because you also have the Chargers.
This is the mighty.
You used to have the Raiders, right? There's two cities there.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
We'll see Brent and Zach from Shinedown just a couple weeks away.
That is correct.
Unwrapped and Acoustic Holiday tickets are as low as $55. Get them now. It's going to be a great night up at Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett.
Please join us. You know, Mike, you were just asking the song we just played, The Man in the Moon Disappears, Somewhere in the Atmosphere, and you said, what does that mean? Well, honest to God, years ago, Brent normally drops by the studio when he's in town. We're interviewing him, and I want to say that song had just hit, and it's blowing up everywhere. And we asked him about some of the lyrics. We're kind of making fun of him, right? I'm like, so what does that mean? And he was straight up. He goes, it rhymes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we get him to convince him to do one of your things, Ted, where you insert one of your lyrics into one of his songs. What was yours? I'm the chicken in your teeth.
I'm the chicken in your teeth.
Yeah.
Because the beginning of that song, he does a lot of whisper tone.
I'm this, who's that? I'm this, who's that? Yeah. It's like I'm the chicken in your teeth. And Brent just stops down. What did you just say? I'm the chicken.
Know. That didn't seem that crazy with you guys were saying. No. They stopped the whole interview to be like, that's weird.
Unwrapped and Acoustic Holiday, Friday night, December 12th, Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett, along with the Pretty Reckless, Daughtry, Hollywood Undead, and Mammoth. That's going to be a great night. Please.
Miles and Thrill, you're all right. Ted, you're a strange fella.
Yeah.
We all thought we had something funny, but like Ted said his. And I mean, like, seriously, he just stopped, looked Ted dead in the eye. Like, did you just say the chicken in my teeth?
Is he doing Rocky Top?
He might. If you can convince him.
That's right.
Tickets available now at KISW.com. All right, our question now, when it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
So I was wondering during the break, all right? So the ultra-processed foods, this is news to no one, but obviously they're super unhealthy. What do they say? It affects every single organ
in your body.
In your body. So I'm thinking, what is the worst thing you eat on the regular, right? Like I had the chili dog this morning, but that is not my normal go-to.
Yeah.
Then summertime, I will take down some hot dogs.
I'm dead serious. For me, it's got to be lunch meat. There's always lunch meat in my fridge. It's like you just kind of snack on it, or hell, sometimes I don't know. You just chop it up and throw it in something else.
Yeah,
but I know it's bad.
I think pepperoni falls in. I know this sounds stupid, but we always have pepperoni in the house, and I find it to be a very versatile meat.
Hell yeah.
Whatever it is I'm going to eat, or like you say, Ted, it's the snack I'll eat while I'm looking in the fridge to figure out what I want to eat.
Yeah.
So I eat an inordinate amount of pepperoni, so I know that's probably killing me.
As far as dinners go, like I'll attack the frozen pizza on the regular.
Is that super bad for you?
I don't think it's the best for you because
I know that, but I mean, is it bad for you, or is it just not good for you?
No, I think it's bad for you.
It's really bad for you.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of process.
Yeah.
That's not dough, man.
Well,
that's not actual vegetables.
I know.
You get pepperoni and sausage.
I'll get the Supreme, dude.
So that's all of that.
Okay.
So you don't have vegetables on there, but then you have the flour.
Correct.
If you're not
The
getting
cheese
if
that's
you're
made
not
with
doing a
cardboard.
Ted cauliflower, crust
yeah.
pizza with cheese and nothing else on it. That's
What about
not the healthiest thing in the world.
but
I love them.
my daughter eats a lot of. She loves lunch meat turkey.
Hell yeah.
And she loves what is that? Oodles and noodles.
We'll do ramen on the regular.
Ramen. That's what I'm thinking. Ramen, right? So
I think with ramen, if you just cook the cheap little $1 pack of ramen, it's fine. I think Miles is right. As soon as you throw in
the sodium bomb.
flavor, the sodium bomb,
the package.
that's when it becomes bad.
She does not add that. So all right, I'm just wondering how bad that was.
Are we not supposed to drink the broth when we're done?
You shouldn't.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, not really. I
That's
mean,
how I get my
the
sodium
idea
intake.
is, but I mean, like,
it's hard not to.
think about. Do you remember the Lipton chicken noodle soup that came in a packet as well?
Yeah.
And everything?
Yeah.
That all that is salt. You're basically
I know.
just dumping an entire bucket of salt in a bowl of water and heating it up.
Man, it's good though.
It is good. It is very good.
What about you, man?
I think I keep nothing in my house that I can snack on other than nuts.
All right.
Because I know that I'll get into it after I get stoned at night.
Yeah, that's why you get snacks, man.
So, but I try not to buy those things because I'm technically not supposed to eat, any food 3 hours before I go to bed because of acid reflux.
Okay, all right.
So I try to keep within that realm. I think the biggest problem for me is coming to work. And what I mean by coming to work is that there's a store next door. I'll grab a bag of chips.
Sure.
I grabbed a bag of chips yesterday.
I got a bag of chips on my desk now.
They were
You do, but that is Those are tiny little bags of chips.
They are, but I would normally not eat that.
But if you eat it every day or 3 times a week at least,
I'll
when we're
grab
here.
a couple pieces of chocolate. If there are donuts in the kitchen,
gone. Yeah.
I will have a donut. If there's pizza here, which doesn't happen on the regular, but you're trying to maintain, just trying to eat decently, and then you walk in here and there's stuff that I don't want to turn down because
donuts are
Last
tough.
week we had biscuits and gravy.
So
yeah, I mean, it's just
of course
like,
I had to go get it because it's
Yeah.
biscuits and gravy. I'm from West Virginia.
Yeah.
I mean that's
But
like
that's the problem,
like blood
too.
for your body.
That's the problem with when people bring in food at work or whatever. Like, who knows? Maybe during the week you're really strict and you don't eat carbs or whatever.
All right.
But people also use bringing in food at work as to make something maybe they don't always make. Mm-hmm. So you're right. So you end up eating it.
It's never healthy.
It's like, right.
Yeah.
It's like it's Wednesday, but these biscuits and gravy are delicious.
Right.
I still have some of that gravy in my freezer.
Our old IT
Yeah.
guy. He lives down in Denver now, Chaz.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, his wife made the best cookies.
His wife, but she would make it a point to when she baked. I mean, he would come in with a Tupperware container.
And she specifically
And they
made this amount for us.
Yeah, they're always
Yeah.
different. They're always delicious. There's
man.
no way if he brought those cookies in, you had to have a couple of them. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and that's what I mean by work. It's not really necessarily the one thing. It's the environment of food that we occasionally. It's not every day.
I
believe me.
eat worse here than I do at home. There's no doubt because I mean, look, you're buying it from stores or restaurants, and they make food good, and it's probably good because it's not healthy. Ted, you probably do the best stuff. It's going. Was it Everfresh, Evergreen?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I try.
Boy, you sound happy about that.
Well, we have.
I mean, look, these salads are fine, but what I say is like, this is a delicious salad. Then like 2 hours later, it's like kind of hungry.
Hey, we have another IT guy now, right? And he got sick from eating a salad. He was eating a salad. He got it from somewhere.
Trying to eat healthy was his point.
It had chicken on it.
Because the doctor told him, hey, he having some medical things. The doctor told him, start to eat healthier. And he's not excited about it, but he followed doctor's
He's
orders.
not a big guy at all.
No.
Yeah.
But he got, what was it, a bacterial stomach infection?
Yeah, he was in the hospital for days.
Crazy.
Because he ate a salad.
Now, speaking of this, I woke up.
Which also, for the record, just sucks worse.
With getting sick, eating
just a salad.
doctor-mandated food.
Everybody knows you should eat more salad, right? Or drink more water. Sure. But you don't want to be like, well, I got sick eating a salad.
Yeah. No, exactly. You want a cheeseburger to mess you up.
Yeah.
You don't want a salad to mess you up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My doctor sent me.
How'd your cholesterol get so high? Too much salad dressing.
That's exactly what happened to me today. I got the doctor said, no, coronary artery disease. He's like, you got this. You got to start eating like this crap, right? And I'm like, I'm looking at what I'm supposed to eat. And I'm just like, this absolutely sucks. I'm going to be like a combination of Hair Club and VD. I'm going to have to eat like
Grumpy?
salad. Just, yes.
Maybe that explains the mood.
Why wouldn't you, why would you be happy if you look, and I'm not saying the Mediterranean diet does not have some decent things on it.
But if that's the only thing you really get to
as
eat.
a whole, as far as how drastically I'm supposed to change my diet, it is just like, nah, this sucks.
What do you have to cut out that you're going to miss the most?
Well,
because the diet doesn't sound the worst. What sounds worse is what you can't eat. Not so much what they're recommending you do. You go like, all right, because we're outside, and I'm like, hey man, try this. Then he's like, well, but I can't eat that one thing. And to me, like that one thing kind of makes the dish. Instead of white rice, it's what, couscous?
Well, it's
which is
couscous
stupid.
or
couscous is dumb.
quinoa.
Quinoa.
I don't mind quinoa or couscous.
My issue with quinoa and couscous is this. I said, like, I don't hate it because it doesn't have enough taste. But I feel like it contributes nothing.
Right.
But I can't eat the white rice that contributes more. So, and then you end up with this crap in your mouth pretty much for the rest of the day.
Part of the reason that it's just going to be a pain in the ass, to be honest with you, is the preparation time. You just need to seriously prep your meal.
To eat a meal you're not excited to eat.
And meal prep for the entire week, which means, you need to be a little bit more diligent about going to the store. And I hate yogurts. I hate cottage cheese.
Are these recommended for you?
Oh, of course they are. Yes, with berries and just frick, man.
Telling you, man, just go hot sauce in that cottage cheese.
Something. I mean, I got to figure out a way to not go nuts because, again, I'm looking at the chili dog today, and I want to cry.
It was delicious.
It just looked so good.
I kind of felt bad because you just told me what the doctor said. And I come back with a chili dog like
God damn it.
Sorry. But again,
Miles?
I'm paying the price right now.
Exactly.
Somebody says, does a radio station have a vending machine? We used to have a vending machine, but
We
whenever
used to have a whole grocery.
Well, when everyone stopped working here, essentially, they took the thing out, right? And look, I don't know about your work vending machine, but traditionally, there's nothing healthy in a vending machine. We had Pop-Tarts, which I would get almost every day.
They had a granola bar, and apparently those are processed as well.
Yes.
So like the Nature Valley ones, the little 2-pack things that are
just say
pretty
you want
crunchy and delicious.
granola,
Whatever
we
brand
have
that is.
granola for you. But like the protein bar, we have the protein you need. You're going to get a whole lot of crap that's not good for you, but you'll get your protein.
Yeah.
I mean, again, and it all goes back and forth to what kind of how your lifestyle is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's plenty of people that eat just red meat and stuff, but like that's their whole thing, right? They're keto or they're whatever.
Yeah.
So their body can process it better, and I'm assuming they don't seem to get the bad side of it.
Right.
Whereas I feel like if you're just ripping cheeseburgers.
Well, see, that's the thing.
And they got to
Like,
eat whatever in between. Like, it seems like you got to stick with something.
I'm going to do my best. I've determined at least 6 days a week.
Yeah.
But one day a week, if I want to get pizza, if I want to get a cheeseburger, if I want to have a steak, you can have red meats. They just encourage you maybe one time a month to do it, once every couple weeks.
Well, and food is different than like, people that go to AA, right? They're like, I can't go have like a drink.
Right. Good.
Right? I can't. So it's like, you're right. That's the difference with food because it's like,
sure.
I don't think if you got a medium pizza on a Sunday, it's going to be like, oh, he dropped dead.
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
Or like
Exactly.
all of a sudden he's eating pizza 6 days a week.
That's all he does now.
It's just not every day that you should be eating this.
Oh, yeah.
So our question, when it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Basically, you are a pregnant woman now.
Yeah.
Oh, my wife got pregnant, and the doctors explained all the things you should avoid, and obviously ultra-processed food was the main one. But at that time, I want to say we had lunch meat in the fridge all the time. And she just stopped by. Credit to her, man. Like, she did not do anything. No processed meat. But I had to spend 9 months listening to her, like, when this baby gets out of me, I want, like, a turkey sandwich. I want corned beef. I'm like, man, I get it. She wouldn't even drink a glass of wine. And I even explained, I said, look, I talked to the doctor. The doctor said, a glass of wine is fine. The reason they say don't have any is because when you say don't have any, they fully expect you to have a couple.
Right.
But if they say it's okay to have a couple, then you will have 7. So I'm like, she would not do it.
And the one that just burns me the most is the pig. Pig's gone.
Pork's great, man.
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely
For you.
left out. It's gone. I mean, and to me, it's just like, damn it.
Not even a pepperoni pizza, man.
That'll be my cheat day. You know what I mean? But when it comes to barbecue, when it comes to ribs, when it comes to brisket, even like smoked pastrami, all these things.
Okay.
How you make
Be honest. We're at work. And like I said, the biscuits and gravy that showed up last week, complete surprise to us.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, man, there's some in the
I
kitchen.
got a bowl of it.
They walk in and they go, hey, man, I brought in some pulled pork.
See,
are you gonna fight it, or are you just gonna say, "Look, man, I think I'm
gonna mix it. I think I'm gonna take a couple bites and then
That's
say,
fair.
okay, what else can I possibly eat here? Oh, look, coleslaw.
That's about it.
That is it. So our question when it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing you can do? 206 or the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Rob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey,
Hola.
a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, because he has bad habits.
Anyway,
Cool. Welcome to the show.
There's so many times you guys bring up a subject and I need to call, and I actually had time. My bad habit is sugar. I'm 56 years old, and since I'd say 1983, freshman in high school, man, I've been going through because grandma's cookies back then. It's like you get 2 cookies for 50 cents. It has gone way up now.
How much sugar do you think you consume a day? Like an average day, what's the sugar you're putting in your body?
No matter what, is 2 of the big Safeway cookies in the morning and 2 of the big Safeway cookies after dinner.
Like every day?
Usually every day.
How big are these cookies?
They're pretty big. They're pretty hefty.
Now, are you a big guy?
I am 5'5" and 155 pounds.
So
you're skinny.
Great health.
It doesn't mean you're healthy. It just means you're skinny. And I wish you guys would stop saying, "You're so skinny." I'm like, I am probably dead inside, man. I mean, like, I might not be
Nothing
heavy.
to do with food, dude.
Yeah. But again, that's my point. Like, look, I might be thin, but I don't know that healthy would necessarily be how I gauge myself.
Well, yeah, no. So I talk to the doctors about it when I go in, the doctor every 5 years or so for a checkup and just tell them to draw all the blood and just check everything. And he says, you're fine. It's all good. Problem you're going to have with this diet is when you quit moving. When I quit my job and I'm not doing what I do for a living and I'm starting to slow down, then it might catch up on me. And I have recently done that, and I haven't gained any weight yet.
What do you do?
I used to own an automotive repair shop in Issaquah for 30 years, and I just sold that and basically retired. So I'm pushing cars for a living. and
Okay.
lifting
Yep.
parts and constantly moving. Now I'm, sort of retired. I still do plenty of stuff, but I'm home a lot more, and that's where the cookies are at.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Do-
it.
do,
What about what you
gone up.
drink? Are you drinking soft drinks as well? Or like, are the cookies
No,
the main
no,
thing?
you know what? I drink a lot of water and milk.
Oh, really?
Been drinking milk all my life. No. I mean, I had a Coke the other day, but
Well, sure, but yeah.
no alcohol.
Really?
Haven't had alcohol in many, many, many years.
Oh my God!
How
man.
about you?
That sounds like you're relatively healthy. You
It
just have a
does.
couple cookies in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the worst thing you do, that's not the worst thing in the world. What about?
Yeah.
Do you have any risky?
And then, if there's a dessert table, I'm going to have a piece of all of it.
Sure. Do you have?
I'll never let it go bad.
Well, you're again.
I love how matter of fact you
Yeah,
are.
no, I
you're a sweet
respect
tooth.
that.
We're trying to help you, build you back up. You're like, no, I got a problem, man.
Do you do any risky activities or have any risky behaviors?
Oh, sure. I'm on the phone and driving right now. How's that?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well, you're definitely not alone in
No,
that.
I used to race motocross. I quit doing that because I did crack some vertebrae, went through a few ribs, bones, things like that, and I realized at some point that I could be paralyzed.
See, that's the funny thing, right? So it's like, oh man, I ate all these cookies. That might affect my health. But I used to race motocross.
you know what the most dangerous two-wheel activity is?
What's that?
It is downhill mountain biking.
I believe that.
Even more
Yeah.
so than riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Downhill mountain biking is more
Yeah, but
dangerous
you
than riding
motorcycle, you can wreck going uphill.
That's true.
You can.
But
You
also,
can.
I feel like on a motorcycle, you have a little more control. Things might happen when you ride the motorcycle, but typically it's not user error.
Yeah.
You might get hit by a car and all that, but you can brake. You can avoid things. You're going downhill on a mountain bike, man, and on an actual mountain. Like, it is what
I've
it
seen
is.
some of the videos.
I've got my scooter's been parked for almost 2 years now. I need to get it in and get a tune-up and everything else flushed and fixed and everything else. But seriously, I almost died on that thing at one point in time when someone just pulled out in front of me.
That's what I mean. Your danger is other people.
Yeah, and not only that,
Correct,
but
other drivers.
If you know anything about Fremont or Ballard right now, there's not a road that you can go down that's not in construction zone.
I think that's all of Seattle. It's been my experience
there's
recently.
potholes everywhere. The road's in terrible shape. I mean, it's just crap. It's not ideal. And we live in a very busy city where people just stop their cars. With all the ride share services and everything else, the rules just seemingly don't apply to just normal driving as far as even pulling over. They'll just stop in the middle of the street to let somebody out. They'll U-turn in the middle. I see it every day in my car. So I know for a fact if you're on two wheels that, that's... I want to keep the scooter. I'm just hoping one day I'll live in like a neighborhood or an area where it's just not
quite as dangerous.
Quite as dangerous as far as the amount of cars on the road and people. And maybe that's impossible, but maybe one day. Who
My
knows?
argument right now is
I love
something
getting on it.
If you are getting on 5 South off of 130th Street, right? If you're getting on 5 South and you're headed east and you're going to get onto 5 South, there are 2 signs that say yield. Could you possibly do that?
Yeah.
It's a small thing.
That's
It's
how
on
you die.
both sides. It says yield. We just come on from the other direction, right? So we're headed west, get on 5 South, and the people coming east, like, they have the yield. We do not. We still slow down because we know not one freaking person, other than professional drivers, right? So guys that drive trucks and all that, they will yield and let you go. Everyone else, and I'm like, dude, it says yield on both sides. Wherever you're looking, it says yield. They're ripping on that thing at 45 miles an hour, and they've almost hit us a couple of times. Then we get flipped off, and I cannot explain how angry I am.
Ted, did you sell your scooter? Do you still have it?
No. I got rid of mine.
Okay.
But I told you the other night, right? I'm going straight through an intersection. The guy's making a right. He does not look, starts making a right. So I land on the horn heavy, like proper time.
Yeah.
And he kind of scoots right over, so I go by him. Then he got right behind me. He started flashing his high beams and honking. He's like, listen, man, I don't really care. You just weren't paying attention, and I would have hit you.
I just want to make sure you know I'm there.
Look,
Correct.
I'm not
This is
angry
like-
at you. I'm trying to help you not get hurt.
Like, this is the example of why we have horns.
And mine goes, I don't even know if they'd hear it.
On the scooter?
Yeah. When it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Soda.
That makes sense.
Huh.
California
'Cause
is divided because you also have the Chargers. And I'm done. You used to have the Raiders, right? So they don't. There's two cities that care.
Ironically-
Arizona, they got one team.
Ironically, in California, they hate the Eagles.
Oh. Because I feel like that most people from Washington end up going to eventually Arizona.
Yeah, maybe some. Yeah.
Yeah, I think some teams, even in the NFL, though, I don't know that they have clear-cut rivals, right? I think everybody in the country knows like Baltimore and Pittsburgh's kind of a heated rivalry.
Sure.
I guess Cleveland and Cincinnati is. I just never think about it
They
that
call the
way.
Battle of Ohio, but both teams suck almost all the time, so it's hard for anyone to care.
Yeah.
And the
Right,
games aren't even interesting. At least with Baltimore and Pittsburgh, it's going to be physical. Even if the game is bad, like they're trying to hurt
Other than the Oakland A's and Giants, there are very few inner-city matchups where people hate each other either. The Giants, they don't care about the Jets.
No. There's no reason.
The Rams don't care about the Chargers. It'd be a cool game to watch.
Sure.
But, I mean, there's no animosity.
Different conferences, yeah. If you're not in the same
I'm
conference,
pretty
it's
sure
hard to
Niners
hate
fans
them.
still hate the Raiders, or used to hate the Raiders when they were there.
Sure.
Okay.
Right? Just because you're so close and across the way. I mean, that's how most things are, right? And there's a couple soccer clubs in Scotland that I think are literally across the street from each other.
And hate each other, yeah.
I think growing up, I was always the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So
So
you either like them or...
So you could tell this is mostly a sign of the times, right? The Eagles have 13 states that say we hate the Eagles the most.
Based on
All right.
their current success, I guess.
Yeah.
Some of that. It depends on the proximity with which you live to the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I
Now-
believe that to be true.
But like in Maryland, they hate the Steelers, just based on that rivalry.
We hate the Steelers because they're our rival, but we respect each other. But because we were so sick of just the attitude that came from Philadelphia, like we just hated the Eagles, not because we gave an S about your team, F your team. It was because you're from Philadelphia and you're annoying.
Well, I think a lot of, right, in Philadelphia, right, I'm with you. In Philadelphia right now, they're just the best team, so a lot of people are going to hate them.
I guess the Patriots.
So they're not high on the list.
Chiefs.
No, the Raiders are still really high. They're second on the list with 8 states.
How can you hate a team that bad? They're not worth your
And
effort.
is it kind of like the U? When I was a kid, like the Raiders, they're wearing black, they're wearing silver. They're like they're the guys getting in there and fighting. So to me,
Correct.
I like the team. They weren't my favorite team, but compared to like the Dolphins, who are wearing like a dolphin on their helmet, I'm like, these guys are badass. These guys are SeaWorld.
Well, it's mostly the people that hate the Raiders. It's all right in the Midwest and then Montana. So I'm guessing this is all just
based on the
divisional.
Broncos.
Right, got to be either
Sure.
Broncos or you grew up a Chiefs fan.
And that's fair.
And
I
that
get
probably
it, yeah.
splits that territory.
I think Montana and Wyoming are Denver.
Right, because like Green Bay has a few states. Right? A lot of people don't like the Packers, right? There's 6 states, them and the Jets. But I think the Jets, I don't get at all. The Packers, again, you go, all right, I don't know why. I mean, you talk about irrelevance.
That's what I'm saying. But the Raiders have some history, but like the Raiders, the Jets, and the Browns, I'm like, no offense to them, and I know the players want to do well, but your ownership's a joke, so you just kind of go like, you're not worth my time to hate.
It's like the Titans. They're there.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah. Ironically, the Seahawks play the Titans this weekend. Yeah, and like the Cowboys and Steelers have 3 states, but I'm with you. The Cowboys, I think a lot more people used to hate them, but they've been bad for so long. And I shouldn't say bad. They will make the playoffs every other year and then get tossed out in the first round.
Sure.
So
at least the Ravens have the decency to wait until the second round.
Well, the Raiders' third-round draft pick at guard couldn't even go in the game last night because he's can't figure out how to play football.
Yeah.
The Raiders are terrible. I mean, there's just no way around it.
Well, and I think the Raiders, too, like we were saying earlier today, I don't know if that's before the show or whatever, like I just think after this year, and I love what Pete Carroll did in Seattle. I like Geno Smith for 2 years. I just, that it is very glaring that experiment failed very quickly.
It failed really quickly, and then also, again, and look, he's never going to sell the team, but as long as that's your owner, and he makes the decisions that he's going to make, like, they're just not going to be good.
Don't forget Tyler Lockett plays on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's hard to just get the old band back together and be like, oh, it's going to work again. And then again, sometimes, too, it just has a matter to do with players and where they're playing.
Sure.
Who's
Absolutely.
good at the time. I think, as much as I hate to say this, I think one thing that helps, like, up here, we don't like the Niners, but I think for most of the country, when you look at their roster, like, people like Kittle, like Brock Purdy was the last pick in the
Yes,
draft, and then he did well. So there's not a lot of easy, like.
Right, you don't like them because they're your rival, but you still respect who they are. Like I said, I'm that way with Pittsburgh. Like,
Debo's in Washington now.
I know the players that they have. Right, I don't like them. They're my rival. I hate to have to deal with them every year, and I'll always root against them. But they're a respectable franchise, and the thing is, the ownership group is proven, like, we're here to play. They can have a good season, bad season, but they're here. And I go, okay. As a franchise, they respect the sport of football. And again, with the Jets and the Browns and the Raiders, they're here taking your money. And same thing with the Commanders for a while, right?
I would say also, sometimes you see a guy like, I never gave two thoughts about the Falcons, right? Like when I was a kid and Deion was first there. Yes, he started there.
Sure.
Like in D.C., you had a reason to hate them, right? Because they were good.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you just don't think about them. Now I like Michael Penix enough until he got hurt. Like, I started watching some Falcons games.
I wanted to see him do well.
Right, I want to see Michael Penix do well. And that might be a case of getting older, too. But you just watch enough guys, and you go, all right, this or that. I mean, look, let's not lie. I think the Jets probably last year, or was it? Yeah, it was last year, the last couple of years. I don't think Aaron Rodgers helped their popularity.
No. Right. He's a douchebag.
I was talking about SNL earlier. There's Marcel Miles about a very good skit about it's like a fake country song.
Yeah.
It's not about missing a girl. It's just about missing the girl's dad.
Yeah.
Then it's like the dads are talking about missing the kids or whatever. But big news. They say the season finale, usually just a Christmas episode. But on December 20th, Ariana Grande will host. The musical guest will be Cher.
Oh, Steve.
Only the second time Cher has been the musical guest on SNL. The first time in 40 years. She was on in 1987.
I'm guessing she has a new song.
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, also, she's Cher. Look, I do not appreciate her, but she's earned the right to be there if she wants to be there.
Right, same thing. If they said Cher was going to do the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of the Super Bowl, I was at a odd sports bar. I'm not going to say where. Not a lot of English being spoken, but finally I said to the bartender, I'm like, is this Bad Bunny? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I do know some of these songs. That dude's got some bangers. Well, I think that show will be fine. Everybody chill out.
Now the lap dance. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Studio. You're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Ted, in honor of Hoodie Week.
Hoodie Week.
Would it be okay if Friday I try to wear a T-shirt underneath my sweatshirt?
No.
Just to give it a shot?
No.
Let me give it a shot.
Stick
That's the point. You're going to get hot.
10 toes down. Stick to it.
Well, what I'm saying is I've already done it for 4 days. I might as well see what the other side is like.
Yeah.
You know? Just to find out if is this better. To wear a shirt underneath my sweatshirt. Give it a shot.
You know, and I'm not the judge and jury here.
Okay.
I can be the executioner.
Ooh.
So, what do you do that you know is different, or what did you not know was different until someone pointed it out? David on YouTube there says, I sleep naked, then my dog curls up next to me.
Oh, God.
So, like D on a dog?
Yeah, man, that was my thing. I used to sleep naked all the time, right? Kids were still babies, still slept naked. Then they got to the age where they'd climb into bed in the middle of the night. We know what happens at night. And I would have to reach over to a drawer in the dark, and I put on underwear. And then I realized the kids were going to come in with some frequency in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And since then, I have slept with underwear. Now, at this age, they do not come in the middle of the night, but now I've gotten used to sleeping in my underwear, which kind of sucks. I enjoyed I might need to just go back, man. But also, we used to sleep. Here's the things that happen, all right? So I used to sleep naked, door was always closed. Kids at like 1.5, 2 years old, whatever. They figure out where your bedroom is in the middle of the night. They got to sleep with mom and dad. They open the door, which would wake me up, which is annoying. Climb in bed, start breathing a hot breath on you. So now, our door is wide.
KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
So when it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hola. So what's the unhealthy thing that you do?
I stress eat a lot.
Stress eat. All right. Are you under stress a lot, and what do you eat when you stress eat?
Well, it's mostly from being anxiety, dealing with PTSD.
Okay.
And I pretty much eat whatever I can find.
All the time?
Almost. Unless I'm actually actively doing something else.
So what kinds of things do you populate your house with? Like, what kinds of foods do you have to eat when it's time to stress eat?
I've cut down on all the snacks, so I basically have the basics: meat, rice, and vegetables.
But so you're not necessarily eating unhealthy, but you're eating because you're stressed.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely a stress or emotional eater.
All right. But are you eating garbage, or are you like this guy eating?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like if there's like something bad going on, and it does it, I don't know. It's just swapping one out for the other. But as opposed to like crawling into a bottle, I'm much more apt to order pizza and eat chips.
Yeah, I don't know which one's better. I mean, I would crawl into a bottle, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, so whatever the outcome of that is, mine's just more immediate. You know, you're doing the gradual slow roll. It's like
well, it's all
smoking,
dopamine hits kind of in the end.
It absolutely is.
Right?
Yeah.
Like sugar's doing it. The delicious pizza's doing it. The booze is doing it.
My problem is I like to just relax and get high.
Sure.
And then when I get high, now I really want to. And by the way, I just ate dinner.
Yeah,
So
that's my thing, man.
I get high after dinner. You know, I sit down, I start looking through what's on tonight, what can I watch, blah, blah, blah. Hit a bowl. Next thing you know, I'm up, walking around, looking in the kitchen, seeing what I got, anything to snack on, blah, blah, blah. That's the vicious cycle.
I mean, look, I plow through Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but the truth is, I rarely eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch if I'm not stoned. Right? So it's typically 10 o'clock at night. And yes, I have eaten dinner, but now 2 bowls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it's nothing but pure sugar, but god damn it, it's good.
When it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
I straight up had it out with my wife one time because we were at home and I was going through the cabinets and she was in charge of the groceries.
All right.
And so I once, was getting just frustrated. She says, "What is your problem?" I said, "This house is not snack conducive. All I'm seeing is seeds and cans of crap. Like, I want chips. I want crackers. I want candy, something." And now we have all that in the house, and that's not okay.
I really don't snack much. Like I said, I will do what Miles does. I'm getting stoned and have 2 peanut butter jellies or a couple of bowls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And, like, we have an entire drawer that's, like, chips and all that kind of thing. I barely touch them. If I'm going to touch them, usually I bring it into work with the lunch that I made for myself.
Right.
But otherwise, like, that's not what appeals to me in that moment. I'm like, either peanut butter and jelly or Cinnamon Toast. And rarely do I eat anything else when I'm baked.
But you're not even hungry. I know. That's why I'm looking for a bag of chips.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. Like, I can keep chips in my pantry unopened.
But once you
I've opened them,
that's that seal's broke.
Yeah, and then same thing. Yeah, it's like we really shouldn't be eating chips. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Snacking's the worst for me.
Don't want them to go bad.
And a handful of chips is a handful.
I don't even try to reason it out. I know what I'm doing. I'm just like, well, they're in there. I'm gonna eat them.
If you have a big bag, you get a handful of chips, put them on a paper towel, bring them in the living room. You're gonna go back for another handful of those things.
That's why just bring the bag out. Like the rare times we do, it's like maybe just grab the bag and put it on the coffee table.
Man,
right?
if I get a bag of chips, it's typically people are coming over, whatever the deal is, and I will go all in. I'll get French onion dip. I mean, if I'm going to eat these chips, man, which I rarely do, except for when I walk across the street and get a small bag of whatever, I'm going all in, man.
That might be the difference. We seldom have dip, to your point, unless people have come over or they're coming over. So maybe, because when we do have dip, I'm more apt to grab chips. Right, but we almost never have dip. And chips are still good, but I'm just like, I'm going to get something else.
When it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
I like how it's all been like food. Nobody's been like smoking.
Right. No. I already know that's unhealthy, but you know what it is? Because I think like when you smoke and drink, they bring you a certain joy where it's like, look, I recognize that these things are not necessarily healthy, but I don't care. You know what I mean? Therefore, somehow I have no guilt over. Like, I will go to the bar and I will consume alcohol. And the only time I get up from the bar is to go outside to smoke a cigarette. And then when I'm done smoking a cigarette, I got like, this is the unhealthiest moment of my life. I never feel bad about it or weird about it. But if I go home and, I don't know, I ate more ice cream than maybe I should have, like that weighs on my mind. And I have to tell myself, like, do you know how stupid you are right now? You're worried because you had 1 extra bowl of ice cream, but you just went to the bar, put down 3 shots of Jack, you had 6 beers, and smoked 4 cigarettes.
I did it a couple weeks ago, right? I met some buddies on a Saturday afternoon. We were going to watch college football.
All right.
Now, we were drinking, but nothing too crazy. But I got home and ordered a gyro and some falafel. So the next morning, I was supposed to pick my buddy up at 8:30. I'd show up till 8:40. He's like, "Where you been?" I was like, "I couldn't get off the toilet." He's like, "God," and he's like, "I knew you'd go out and get hammered last night." I was like, "Actually,
no,
the drinking was fine." I go, "But I did decide at 8 p.m. be a good time to hammer down falafel at a gyro."
Yeah, God, that actually sounds very good.
When it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Angela. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
I ride motorcycles.
How long you been riding? Is this from like your teen years all the way now?
Yeah, I learned to ride on a little dirt bike with my neighbor friend when I was probably about 10 or 11, and rode that for many years, and then got my first street bike probably about 25, 26, had that for many years, upgraded to a Harley, sold that a number of years later, and then probably about maybe 6-7 years ago, got on a Ducati for a little while and traded that out, and now riding a Heritage.
Oh, wow. All right. What's the closest you've come to death while riding? Everyone says it's so dangerous to ride a motorcycle. We know that. But in your experience, what's the closest you've gotten?
Probably the scariest thing that's happened to me was a couple years ago, riding up northbound I-5, was probably about 60 feet behind a semi-truck when his back tire blew out.
Oh!
And I tell you, that was pretty scary because I just had to duck and hold on, and I was getting pelted with rubber and all sorts of stuff and made it through.
What do you think is the most dangerous road? Obviously, I-5, statistically.
Sure.
Especially between Tacoma and JBL. Mm-hmm. That is the dangerous stretch of road in Washington State. But other than that, as far as just taking a casual ride, as far as the winds in the road or whatever the deal is.
Potholes that you know about.
What's a scary place to ride?
Probably the scariest ride, and I don't want to say scary, but I tightened up a little bit on this one. Going up to Windy Ridge on St. Helens, the road was just horrible, and there was just a lot of sinkholes and things like that. And boy, I came down one time on one and just bottomed out my front forks, and surprised I didn't go down.
Well, that's what I was going to say, especially on like switchback roads, windy roads. I mean, you got a big bike, you got a big, heavy bike,
right?
And as far as turning goes, and the radius and the weight and all that stuff, I would just think those windy mountain roads would be the worst.
They can definitely be. You just got to be careful and hold on tight.
What's the farthest you've ridden on one trip on your bike?
Unfortunately, I had to cancel some trips this year. Had a sick dog, so I wasn't able to go. They went over to Sturgis, but they went a few weeks ahead of time so they could get some of those Beartooth Pass and some of those rides like that without a bunch of people. So probably for me, the longest at this point would be North Cascades Highway.
Okay. All right. Have you, everyone has their bucket list items. Do you want to do like the cross-country trip on the bike or anything like that?
100%.
Okay.
Actually planning a trip for next year. Going to take the coast down, head over to Vegas, stay with a friend for a few days, and then I want to ride the 89 all the way from Sedona up to Glacier.
Okay. What is how long can you go before you need to pull over and just, stretch your legs out, take a walk, as far as the length of time where your back's not killing you, your shoulders, everything else?
Well, our kind of rule of thumb is when I ride with my ladies is we stop about every 100 miles to just get off, get some feeling back in the butt, have a snack, and then continue on.
There was a guy that I read about. I've heard his name before. He's a country guy. I'm just not up on all the new country acts because there's a new one every week. But this guy was... he was kind of trying to pick a fight with another guy, jumped a fence at a festival, tried to beat his ass.
Yeah.
So basically he said, look, man, I just went through some stuff in life and alcohol problem. So wanted to stop drinking. But he had this rebel.
You're talking about Mike, we were just talking about him yesterday. You don't like him. He's a
country guy,
he was
red
in
hair.
the Navy forever.
I read this too, and I knew both of the names, and I can't remember either of the names now. Because they have a beef with each other about whatever.
Yeah,
right?
I like his music. He kind of sucks as a human.
The story was he was in a parking lot in Seattle and said, I got to change my life.
Zach Bryan.
Thank you.
And then he took his motorcycle, or bought one, whatever he had, and drove it across country for 20-some days.
I did read that he had this fruition about his booze in a parking lot in Seattle.
Exactly.
What the hell was he doing up here?
I probably looked around on 3rd Avenue and said, I don't want to end up like that.
Well, probably if he's in Seattle, he was boozing.
He had a long year, but he's one of those guys, too. He had personal problems. A lot of them were very self-induced.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
As it is, it seems, with most artists.
When it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
He only smiles when he's drinking.
That's
bad.
Is
that a song he has, or is that actually?
It's one of the lyrics. And it's like the girl's like, you only smile when you're drinking.
Like, yep. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Anyhow, I smoke way too much weed, bro.
All right.
How does it affect you negatively that you smoke too much weed?
It doesn't. I'm a retired guy, so I don't have to do anything, so I can just smoke whenever I want. But I just noticed the hacking cough I've been getting lately. It's just, too much, too much for my lungs. I don't let them get cleared out. I should take a hiatus, which I actually just did recently. But
are you vaping or are you smoking it?
Huh?
Are you vaping or smoking it?
Well, I'm vaping now. My lungs were so bad, choked up, I couldn't handle smoking anymore. But since I got this new Volcano, I haven't rolled a joint since.
Oh, all right. Now, hang on. Using a Volcano is different than using like a vape pen.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's traditional vaping.
That's much
better. This is
better.
an old hippie unit that they put on sale over Black Friday, and so I grabbed one and couldn't help myself.
Yeah, they're about $200 or $300 too. They're not cheap.
Also, I've heard you could use turkey bags.
I've got a Volcano at home. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, a buddy of mine has
I know
one.
where it is.
And he's like, dude, you got it. And we did it. He bugged me for like 2 months, finally went over to his house, and it was great. Have you considered like edibles or gummies or anything like that?
I do, but I don't like the after effect. I think it lingers too long. I want to smoke something and get a good feel for it, and then be done with it in a couple hours or so. When it wears off. When you do edibles, man, it lingers too long, and you be screwed up for a while.
Well, it lingers too long, and you can't quite predict when it's going to hit.
Does it make you sedentary? In other words, would you ever smoke a joint and say, I'm going to go on a 4-mile walk,
right,
or walk around the neighborhood?
Well, tell you the truth, I would have one just in case somebody pulled up in front of mine so we could smoke it. But I personally also have a vape pen on order, so that's coming pretty soon. Now I have a little portable rig that'll be great.
Now
so I can do that. But right now, I have to roll a joint and have something ready to rock.
But are you active? Do you do things, or do you just sit on the couch after you smoke?
No. I'm actually I grow my own weed, so I'm busy as hell.
Okay.
Do you forget stuff? Like, I know some people that they smoke every day, all day, and they're fine. It's not like they're inactive, but sometimes just like, dude,
right? Just mentally
come on.
not there.
That or like the constant smoking, where it's like,
well, I'm active, very active, and I only smoke once in a while when I need to. I use it medicinally pretty much, but when you do that since 2019, your lungs haven't had a break. You've been smoking weed pretty much in joint form. It really gets to you, and it's like, wow, vaping really does make a big difference, and it's a lot easier for lungs.
Well, yes, it depends on the vape too. Back to the Volcano, that's flour, not an oil or anything that's processed like that. It's because I've got a relative that smokes Juuls.
Yeah.
Which are those little rectangular looking things, right? And
that's nicotine.
That's nicotine, and there's a smoker's cough, and then there's a Juul cough. And I don't know if that makes sense or not, but the Juul cough is like, you're gonna die, dude.
It's more hacky sounding.
It's a lot.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you smoke anything long enough, you're gonna have that cough.
But you can see when someone's vaping how much it goes when you exhale.
Yeah,
like you've been behind the guy in the car who's smoking a vape, and all of a sudden you just see like this incredibly big. It's like a cumulonimbus,
right?
Yeah. It's not even just compared to regular cigarette smoking.
Yeah.
Correct. Oh, when it comes to your health or well-being, what is the worst thing that you do? 206-803-ROCK.
I hate people every time they take a hit, they cough up a lung and then hand you the bowl.
Yeah, it's kind of
like, dude, like, I want to smoke, but you're kind of ruining it.
It's just it's not a great sales pitch.
And I get it. Every once in a while, you know what I mean? You take too big of one, you're going to cough.
Oh, yeah.
I know. There's at least 20 people I know where it's like every time they smoke.
Every time, right. Are you sure this is good for you?
Right.
Maybe you need something else, man. Yeah. Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
How are you guys today?
Hola.
First time caller. Been listening to you guys since 2008.
Oh, welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate it.
But I appreciate you guys a ton.
Well, thank you.
Guys made it easier for me to get through living in Seattle when I was there.
Where do you live now?
Jackson, Wyoming.
Jackson, Wyoming.
You obviously want to be where the people are. I can feel it.
Well, not really, but
you're probably slaying it out there. Don't worry.
So, anyways, I raced motocross from 14 to 24, and I've had 39 orthopedic surgeries.
Damn.
All but 4 of them related to motorcycles.
Jesus, man. Now, do you still ride a motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay, I would say if you live in Jackson, Wyoming, I would too, right? I would say all the open roads.
Are you
lack of
riding
traffic.
motocross or are you just riding a street bike?
I have both.
Oh, really? So do you still race motocross, or is it just kind of a side thing you do to have a little fun?
Well, I'm trying to convince the wife that I should at least race once in my 40s, but she's not down with that.
All right, so you have to be in somewhat of good shape to be able to do that.
Sure.
So you're not fat, obviously. You're not overweight. Physically, if I looked at you, you look perfectly fine. But
Still super dangerous.
But you're evil Knievel on the inside.
Yeah, I walk with a little bit of a limp. I shattered both my ankles in was it 2004?
Is there a certain thing that you keep doing over and over and over again? I mean, should you avoid whoop-de-doos?
Right.
What is your nemesis?
Gravity.
Okay.
Gravity.
Yeah. That's a hard one to beat.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough, man. But motocross, that ranks as what? One of the 21
Yeah.
most dangerous.
It's not good. This is the risk of dying what we love. All right?
Because everyone's called in like with the food thing,
Right.
the smoking weed, a motorcycle. It's like, all right, but especially living in the Pacific Northwest, I feel like a lot of these things on this list apply to some very normal habits that people have here.
So they say, believe it or not, the most extremely safe thing that you can do is flying a commercial aircraft.
Sure.
Being a passenger in a commercial aircraft. That is the safest way of doing anything that you would normally do.
It just sucks.
Generally, they say generally safe activities include driving, cycling, and resort skiing. Not out of bounds.
Right.
Those are all in the same category.
Okay.
All right. Somewhat dangerous activities include backcountry skiing.
Yep.
With a risk of avalanche. Open water swimming.
Yep.
Marathon running. And equestrian eventing, as they say.
What puts marathon running up there with equestrian events? Is it just the strain on your body?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you got to think,
Equestrian
you're going 4
is very-
hours.
Right, like equestrian is just dangerous anytime
You're on a horse.
In a Christopher
right, and
Reeves
those
kind of way.
people
Yeah.
tip over.
Exactly.
I think marathon running, Miles was saying, like, it's just got to be the wear and tear.
I don't do either of those things. I'm safe.
You don't just get out there and run a marathon.
Yeah.
You're training for months
Sure.
to prepare for this. So the amount of pounding you're putting on your legs and your knees. Dangerous activities, more dangerous than that. Scuba diving, general aviation. In other words, the guy who's got a Cessna.
Yep.
Hang gliding, motorcycling, flying sailplanes or gliders.
All right. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Paragliding is also on that list.
And we do that for fun.
As well as skydiving and downhill mountain biking.
I guess skydiving is probably more the risk of breaking bones than it is your death.
Yes.
I guess most people do not die when they skydive, but we've heard so many stories that they land wrong and blow out their ankles, whatever it is.
Now, very dangerous activities include climbing in general, mountaineering.
Mm-hmm.
So heading up in the mountains. Summiting Mount Everest is on there. Obviously.
Well, sure.
Formula One car racing. Why?
Think of why
they're
they're
so
going,
tight,
all the fuel.
Fast as hell.
Yeah.
Just the speed and the fuel.
Do people pass on in that sport like NASCAR?
Not anymore, but it used to happen a lot more often. They've changed a lot of rules.
But keep in mind, it's not necessarily about dying, but the injuries you can sustain.
The risk of dying doing what we love. That's the
never
list.
mind.
I mean,
So it's
even
about
look
dying.
at nowadays with the Halo, but look at Roshan a few years ago. I mean, his whole car, how he survived that, people are still shocked.
Is he the one where basically